They told you refrigeration keeps food safe. But what if your fridge is silently destroying your health every single day? Hidden inside that cold box are 9 common foods that turn toxic when refrigerated. We're talking dangerous chemical changes, nutrient destruction, and bacterial growth that 99% of seniors never see coming. One food on this list, when refrigerated, creates the same cancer-causing compound found in cigarette smoke. Another destroys 90% of its brain-protecting nutrients in just 4 days. You've been doing this for decades, thinking you're being safe, but the science is terrifying. Today, we're exposing all 9 foods you should never refrigerate and the simple storage secrets that could save your life. Before we dive in, I need to know, where are you watching from and what's your age? Have you noticed foods tasting different after refrigeration? Drop your answers below. We're reading every single comment and replying with personalized storage tips just for you. And if you want daily senior health secrets that doctors won't tell you, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon, because what you're about to learn will change everything. Now let's start with a food that's probably in your fridge right now, and it's creating poison. Number 9, potatoes. Here's something that'll shock you. When you put potatoes in your refrigerator, you're literally creating a toxic compound. I'm not exaggerating. The cold temperature converts potato starches into sugars through something called cold-induced sweetening. This isn't just about taste, it's about survival. When you cook these refrigerated potatoes at high temperatures, those sugars combine with amino acids to form acrylamide. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classifies acrylamide as a probable human carcinogen. A University of Idaho study found refrigerated potatoes showed a 300% increase in sugar content within just 2 weeks. That's triple the sugar, happening faster than you think. But here's what's really disturbing. The texture changes too. Cold temperatures break down cell structure, making your potatoes gritty and unpleasantly sweet. Ever wonder why your mashed potatoes sometimes taste off? Your refrigerator is destroying them at the cellular level. The fix: store potatoes in a cool, dark place around 45 to 50 degrees. A pantry or cardboard box works perfectly. Keep them away from light. It triggers solanine production, that green stuff that makes potatoes toxic. Use paper bags, never plastic. And here's a secret most people don't know. Store potatoes away from onions. Both release gases that make the other spoil faster. With proper storage, potatoes last 3 months. In the fridge, they're ruined in 2 weeks. Number 8, bread. This one surprises everyone. Your refrigerator is making your bread go stale 6 times faster. Sounds backwards, right? But the science is crystal clear. Refrigeration accelerates starch retrogradation when starch molecules crystallize and push out moisture. Researchers at the Institute of Food Technologists proved refrigerated bread becomes hard and crumbly in just 3 days. Room temperature bread stays fresh for a full week. The cold also destroys bread's natural flavor compounds, those volatile organic compounds that give fresh bread its amazing smell. They break down rapidly in the cold. Your taste buds aren't lying when refrigerated bread tastes like cardboard. The solution: store bread in a bread box or paper bag at room temperature. If you can't finish a loaf within a week, slice it first, then freeze it. Freezing preserves bread better than refrigeration, because it happens so quickly that ice crystals don't damage the structure. When you need bread, pop frozen slices directly into the toaster. They'll taste almost as good as fresh. The key is going straight from freezer to toaster. Never let them thaw first. 7. Honey. Honey is nature's most perfect food. It literally never spoils. Archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs that was still edible, but put it in your refrigerator, you'll ruin it in weeks. Cold temperatures cause rapid crystallization. The smooth golden liquid turns into a grainy, hard mass that won't dissolve properly. Worse, refrigeration introduces moisture. Every time you open that cold jar, condensation forms. That moisture is honey's enemy. A National Honey Board study found honey stored below 50 degrees loses up to 35% of its antimicrobial properties. Those compounds that make honey a natural antibiotic, your refrigerator is destroying them. Ancient civilizations used honey to treat wounds because of these properties. You're literally throwing away medicine. The flavor changes too. Honey contains over 180 compounds that create its complex taste. Cold storage breaks these down unevenly. Your expensive raw honey starts tasting like cheap syrup. The right way: store honey at room temperature, 64 to 75 degrees, in a tightly sealed container. Keep it away from direct sunlight. If your honey crystallizes, don't panic. Place the jar in warm water and stir gently. It'll return to liquid form without losing benefits. Here's something most people don't know. Darker honey contains more antioxidants, but refrigeration affects dark honey more severely than light honey. Number 6. Coffee lovers, brace yourselves. That expensive coffee you're storing in the refrigerator? You're destroying it. Coffee beans are incredibly porous. They absorb odors from everything around them. Your refrigerator is full of smells, leftover food, forgotten cheese, who knows what else. Your coffee is soaking it all up like a sponge. That's why your morning brew tastes weird. But odor absorption is just the beginning. Temperature fluctuations create condensation on the beans. This moisture triggers premature aging and can cause mold growth. A Specialty Coffee Association study found refrigerated coffee beans lose 60% of their aromatic compounds within just 1 week. The oils in coffee beans, which contain most of the flavor, solidify in cold temperatures. When you grind cold beans, these oils don't extract properly during brewing. You're left with weak, flavorless coffee that tastes nothing like it should. The proper way. Store coffee in an airtight, opaque container at room temperature. Light degrades coffee quality too. Buy coffee in small quantities you'll use within 2 weeks. Once you open a bag, the clock starts ticking. If you must store coffee long-term, the freezer is better than the refrigerator. But you can only freeze it once. Divide coffee into weekly portions, freeze in airtight bags, and never refreeze. Number 5. Garlic. Garlic in the refrigerator is a disaster waiting to happen. Not only does it lose potency, it can become dangerous. When garlic is refrigerated, it begins to sprout. Those green shoots aren't just unsightly, they're bitter and cause digestive upset. But here's the worst part. The moist, cold environment triggers mold growth. Some molds produce mycotoxins, which are seriously harmful compounds. University of California research showed refrigerated garlic loses 50% of its allicin content within 10 days. Allicin is what gives garlic its medicinal properties: antibacterial, antiviral, heart-healthy benefits. By refrigerating garlic, you're throwing away half its healing power. The texture suffers too. Cold temperatures break down cell walls, making garlic mushy and impossible to chop properly. Ever try to mince refrigerated garlic? It turns into a paste that sticks to everything. The right storage. Keep garlic in a cool, dry place with good air circulation. A mesh bag or basket works perfectly. 60 to 65 degrees. Never store garlic in plastic or sealed containers. It needs to breathe. Keep it away from direct sunlight and heat sources. With proper storage, whole garlic lasts 6 months. Once you break the head open, use cloves within 10 days. Here's a tip that'll change your cooking. Room temperature garlic releases flavors more readily than cold garlic. Those essential oils need to be fluid, not solidified. Number 4. Bananas. Bananas in refrigerators are a match made in disaster. Put a banana in the fridge and watch it turn into a black, mushy mess. But the damage goes way deeper than appearance. Cold temperature causes chilling injury. Bananas are tropical fruits that never experienced cold in nature. Their cells literally can't handle it. Cell membranes rupture, enzymes leak out, and the fruit breaks down from the inside out. Queensland Department of Agriculture found bananas stored below 56 degrees lose 80% of their vitamin C within 5 days. They also stop producing new nutrients. Bananas normally continue developing beneficial compounds as they ripen. Refrigeration halts this process completely. Those black spots? They indicate the fruit's defense mechanisms have failed. Dead tissue can harbor bacteria and mold, even if you can't see it yet. The solution: store bananas at room temperature, 56 to 70 degrees. Hang them on a banana hook to prevent bruising. Here's a supermarket secret. You can control ripening speed. To speed it up, put bananas in a paper bag with an apple. To slow it down, separate the bunch and wrap each stem in plastic wrap. This reduces ethylene gas release by up to 40%. Once bananas reach perfect ripeness, you can refrigerate for 1 or 2 days max. The skin blackens, but the inside stays okay. Better yet, peel and freeze them for smoothies. Frozen bananas create creamy texture without needing ice. Number 3. Onions. This might be the biggest storage mistake people make. The damage is immediate and irreversible. Here's what happens the moment you close that refrigerator door. Your refrigerator's humidity is typically 95%. Onions need 65% or less. That excess moisture penetrates the papery outer layers and creates perfect conditions for mold growth. Black mold on onions produces aflatoxins, some of the most carcinogenic substances known to science. But before mold appears, cold temperature converts onion starches into sugars. Texas University found refrigerated onions showed 270% increased sugar content after 2 weeks. This completely changes their flavor and cooking properties. Your French onion soup will taste like dessert. The texture becomes soft and mushy because ice crystals form inside cells and rupture them. Once this happens, onions lose their ability to caramelize properly. Those beautiful golden brown onions you see in restaurants, impossible with refrigerated onions. Proper storage. Keep whole onions in a cool, dry, well-ventilated space, 45 to 55 degrees, never in plastic bags. Onions need to breathe. A mesh bag, basket, or even pantyhose works great. Keep onions away from potatoes. They release gases that spoil each other. Also avoid direct sunlight, which triggers sprouting. Once you cut an onion, everything changes. Cut onions should be refrigerated in airtight containers and used within 7 days. But whole onions, never in the fridge. Number 2, and this will shock you most, tomatoes. The truth about refrigerating tomatoes is so disturbing, many people refuse to believe it, but the science is undeniable. University of Florida researchers made a groundbreaking discovery. Refrigeration doesn't just affect tomato texture and taste, it actually turns off their genes. Specifically, genes responsible for producing flavor compounds. Once these genes shut down, they never fully recover. Even if you warm the tomato up, the damage is permanent. The study examined over 25,000 genes and found temperatures below 54 degrees deactivated hundreds of them. The tomato literally stops being a tomato at the genetic level. It becomes a red water balloon with no nutritional value. Here's where it gets serious for seniors. Tomatoes are one of the best sources of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant protecting against heart disease and certain cancers. Cold storage reduces lycopene availability by 65%. But that's not just a 65% loss. Lycopene needs specific enzymes to be absorbed. Refrigeration destroys these enzymes completely, so even the remaining 35% becomes useless. The texture destruction is visible under a microscope. Ice crystals create punctures throughout the fruit. This is why refrigerated tomatoes become mealy and grainy. The right way: store tomatoes at room temperature, stem side down. This prevents moisture from entering through the stem scar. Keep them at 55 to 70 degrees, out of direct sunlight, but not in dark cabinets. They need indirect light to maintain nutrients. Never store in plastic bags. They release ethylene gas that needs to escape. Ripe tomatoes should be used within 3 to 5 days. Too many. Make sauce and freeze that instead. Number 1, avocados. We've saved the most important for last. What happens to avocados in the refrigerator should be criminal. The destruction is so complete, so devastating, it makes all other foods look like minor issues. Avocados contain over 20 essential nutrients. They're one of the only fruits providing healthy fats, specifically oleic acid, crucial for brain health in seniors. But refrigeration destroys these fats through lipid peroxidation. Cold temperature causes fats to oxidize rapidly, creating harmful free radicals instead of beneficial nutrients. Stanford researchers discovered refrigerated avocados lose 90% of their antioxidant activity within 4 days. 90%! These antioxidants, vitamins E and C, are what make avocados valuable for aging bodies. They protect against inflammation, support eye health, and boost nutrient absorption. But here's the truly shocking part. Cold temperature doesn't just stop ripening, it triggers an enzyme that actively destroys the fruit from within. This enzyme, polyphenol oxidase, works overtime in the cold, breaking down cell walls and converting healthy compounds into bitter, potentially harmful substances. The texture change is irreversible. Smooth, creamy avocados turn into stringy, watery disappointments. The fats separate from fiber, creating an oily mess impossible to mash properly. Your guacamole is ruined before you start. Proper storage. Store unripe avocados at room temperature, 65 to 75 degrees. Place them in a bowl on your counter, not in closed bags. They need air circulation. To speed ripening, place in a paper bag with a banana. Ethylene gas can cut ripening time in half. Once ripe, avocados can be refrigerated for 2 to 3 days maximum, but quality loss is significant. Better to buy avocados at different ripeness stages, so you always have perfect ones available. The truth about refrigeration has been hidden too long. These 9 foods represent thousands in wasted groceries and immeasurable lost nutrition. More importantly, they represent missed opportunities for better health in your golden years. Every nutrient counts when you're fighting aging and maintaining cognitive function. Don't let your refrigerator sabotage your efforts. Store these foods properly and reclaim their full nutritional power. Your body deserves nothing less. Now I want to hear from you. Which food shocked you most? Have you been refrigerating it for years without knowing the damage? Drop your experiences below. We're reading every comment and replying with personalized tips. And if this opened your eyes, share it with someone you care about. Because after 60, proper nutrition isn't just important, it's everything. Thanks for watching, and remember, your health is in your hands.